Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Mr. Fix-It channel. Today I'm working on a Kawasaki Vulcan and it's having some clutch trouble. So let's get into this. Alright, the story I got with this is the clutch was slipping. Someone did some repairs to the clutch, and after the clutch repairs that were done, the clutch would not disengage fully. Like you could pull in the clutch lever and it would still lurch forward. So the clutch was taken back apart and put back together, and there was this kind of in and out thing with it. It is a bit of a basket case, as in it came in several pieces, not just one big chunk. So we got the stator cover and stators off, we got the footboard, and here's this big cover and the shifter. All this stuff was dismantled on this side of the bike. I did notice that the clutch lever does nothing. So there's something up with the clutch lever, and I need to get back into this side of the bike to get the clutch, access the clutch. So I need to remove the exhaust and the footboards and all this stuff here, get that clutch cover off there, have a look inside there and see if I can't figure out something that was put in wrong or backwards or too many of or not enough of. You know, we're gonna figure this out. So here we go. So this bike has like a muffler baffle system in it. So I need to get all these clamps undone to this muffler. 12mm. These are also 12mm. See, I should probably remove this so it doesn't get scratched. You see, that's already been gouged once there. Alright, well that's an odd one there. The biggest problems you have with these older bikes, people start working on them, they damage parts and they lose parts, and they just put whatever random hardware back on the bike. It makes it that much harder the next time you go to take stuff apart. See, I don't even have to take this one off, so I can leave that one on. Okay, I only need to take this one off. Looks like I gotta take this whole assembly off here. Let's see, what do I gotta get into? Got the brake light where it goes clear up into, really? Maybe I can just set this kind of off to the side. Let me try that. We got an 8mm over there for the, can you guys even see what I'm doing? An 8mm up here for the brake master cylinder. Just lay that down like that. And I got several screws that hold this cover on. Random bolt, another random bolt. Lovely, you can't get to those with this. Oh, you gotta love engineers. They're so smart and intelligent, wise beyond their years. This is why mechanics hate engineers. Okay, I'm gonna go on record here, and for the people that know me well know that I do not like Harley-Davidson motorcycles. I think they are overpriced, way under engineered. Now, that being said, the thing that I like even less than the Harley-Davidson motorcycles are motorcycles that try to be a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, like this Kawasaki Vulcan here. The biggest problem with this is the engineering sucks on this bike. I got to take all this stuff apart to get to the clutch. Alright, so this frame tube right here is bolted on. I just took the 2 bolts out down there. There's 1 bolt right there I took out, and a couple right there going in the engine mount, and I just swung this down out of the way. I was able to get these 2 bolts out. So I think I got 1 more bolt here to take out, and the cover should come off. Okay, I think that's all of them. Nope, there's 1 more and 2 more in there. So 3 billion bolts later, and of course they're all different lengths. Now is that all of them? Okay, I think that's all the bolts. Don't look like there's anything else I have to take apart. I should be able to pop this cover off here now. Okay. Well, of course it's going to spew oil all over the floor. Shouldn't have been none in it. And of course the bike's too low to the ground to get any kind of pan underneath there to catch the oil in. Alright, so after making a huge mess, I discovered this. This was not put together right at all. So that's one problem. Then pull the push rod out here. We'll get that nut off. Alright, I'm going to pull the snap ring out here. Get this off. Get this back on. Okay, these spring washers need to go. Okay, so they're all kind of cone shaped or concaved or convex depending on which way you're holding them, right? So you need to stack these in a way. So this one's scooping in this way, the next one's like this, and then the last one's like this. So you need to alternate like this, and then they go on to here. You want to put the last one scooped out like that, facing towards the clutch. You want this ring, this spring washer here, scooped this way, facing towards the clutch, like so. You're going to slip this whole mess inside here. Now the splines on this part need to engage these splines in here, but they're not going to be able to do it with just pushing in by your hands. You're going to have to thread the nut on. And this is kind of a fight to get this all together here. So you might cuss a little bit, but whatever it takes, you got to get this all together. Slip it in here. Like so. And I'm just going to take the nut and I'm just going to run it down. I just took my time here and I backed off that nut and twisted that collar center and tightened the nut back down gently with the wrench until I got it to seat down on them spline. Engineers always want to change things and make things different because it makes them feel special. What a stupid design. Ignorant. Retarded, really. Third one go. Now you watch me put all 3 of those in there. Alright, now you got to be real careful tightening this nut down. You got to make sure those splines engage together. If you tighten this down without those splines engaged, you could damage these splines, and then you're in a world of pain. But how you know that you got this together right is this nut will be below the shaft in the center. So if the nut's still out and you've got it tight, that spline hasn't seated in there yet. So you can see how the nut is below the shaft. That's how you know you got this together right. Now you can torque this thing down. Okay, now your throw out, your clutch push rod, and your throw out bearing, and then a washer that all slides in there. Now you can put the actuator plate in, and then the snap ring. Just like that. Alright, before I go any further, I want to go ahead and fill up this reservoir if it's empty or whatever, for the clutch master cylinder and get this clutch bled out if it will bleed out. And I want to confirm that the clutch is actually actuating before I put any of that back together over there. Okay, so that has got some fluid in it. .4. I'm going to stick the cap back on, that way I don't squirt fluid all over the paint. For some reason it's getting stuck. Might spray a little bit of lube up inside there. There we go, that's better. Oh, well, the bleeder screw is open. I see the... So someone left that bleeder open. You can see the fluid squirting out. Alright, so let me get that bleeder tight. Is that a 10 mil? Yep, it's a 10 mil. So we'll tighten that up. Let me grab my bleeder equipment. These Mighty Vac bleeder kits are nice when they're new, but after they get a little bit of age on them, everything starts to get really hard and brittle on them. I don't know if you can see the air bubbles going through there or not. Oh, starting to feel some pressure. Well, there was pressure. Now it's gone. Let me make sure I'm not running out of fluid up here. See, I've already run it dry. Okay, so there isn't a whole lot of volume, especially with the handlebars at this angle. Guess I could loosen up the lever clamp and straighten it up a little bit. When this thing starts to build pressure, it's going to squirt fluid out of here, so I got to be careful. Alright, starting to get a brake lever now, or clutch lever, that is. Now these screws, don't tighten these real tight, because they will seize in there and you'll never get them back out. So just run them down and snug them. They don't have to be super tight. Okay, so clutch lever seems to be working good. That's all back together the way it's supposed to be. It does have brand new clutch plates in there. It's just a matter now of reassembling everything, putting some oil in it, and seeing if it works. Well guys, that's all I got for you on this Kawasaki Vulcan. I hope this video helps somebody. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.